An FEC filing just out this week shows that the Ripple Labs co-founder Chris Larsen donated $1 million in the XRP token to the Future Forward Super PAC. Now, that committee is supporting the VP's run for the White House and began accepting donations in digital tokens back in September. All in, Larsen has given a total of around $1.9 million to support Harris's campaign.
So not only did Chris Larsen at Ripple donate $1 million in XRP to the Democrats, did Chris Larsen just force the disclosure of XRP to the masses through this donation? And overall, Ripple has parked about $25 million in the Super PAC. And in this video, we have to talk about what the CEO of Ripple is vowing to commit and the real reason why they're making these donations. This is 5D chess here, so we're going to dive into detail. Also, we need to talk about what Gary Gensler said back in 2018, revealing their plan before they implement the plan, and how Ripple is doing this. And on December 30th, when MiCA is implemented, there will be several banks and financial institutions that are using R3 Cordas for stablecoins. So we need to talk about what this has to do with Ripple, what this has to do with MasterCard, XRP. On top of that, discussing the demand for Bitcoin, largely driven by ETFs, expected to exceed the available supply for the first time, marking a significant shift in the market and what China is set to do that is going to absolutely boost your portfolio. And we're going to dissect Tether's market cap dominance compared to the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're looking at the XRP, the US dollar price chart, and the best time to sell XRP this bull run, because a lot of people are spreading a bunch of BS on social media saying, sell XRP because of these donations. You need to get out now. I'm selling all my XRP. Well, let's think about this logically and remove your emotion as a human being. We're going to discuss the best possible move in the market right now based on where XRP is at, based on where the rest of the market is at, compared to what's about to happen next for Bitcoin in the overall industry, sitting at about $2.2 trillion. And so, as we discuss the facts in this video, remove emotion completely from the equation, I want you to comment 777 if you know that you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So I see a lot of BS and nonsense being spread out there about what's happening right now, with Chris Larsen donating $1 million to the Super PAC here. And so let's dive into it and let's talk about the real reason why they're doing this. And this is just a small amount. Ripple parks $25 million in the Super PAC. So $1 million is baby money because Ripple announced that it donated $25 million in Fair Shake and its affiliated political action committees back in May of this year. So we have May, June, July, August, September, October. This was 6 months ago as they keep these donations going. And the reason why this matter is Brad Garlinghouse told Axios the donation was made with an eye on moving the crypto sentiment needle back to somewhere near neutral or better. That's the main reason why they're doing this, because the crypto industry has been attacked by regulators, specifically the SEC, targeting, Ripple and XRP. And so for them to make donations to get better legislation for the whole industry, and what's funny is people in the industry that hold a bunch of other projects are attacking Ripple for this when they're fighting for the whole entire industry, I kind of find ironic. And this isn't just a one-time thing. When we zoom in here, Garlinghouse said that vowing to give Fair Shake $25 million annually as long as there are crypto naysayers slandering the industry. And behind the scenes, large profitable crypto companies have been throwing their weight around, driving crypto-friendly legislation and candidates that support them, and donating to both Republican and Democratic candidates. So when you play chess, you got to understand how to use Trojan horses and how to give money to certain people that are currently in power to pass legislation that is favorable for your end mission, even if you don't support everything that they do. That's how you win the war, right? You got to be very strategic. And so the strategy that they're using here, it's common sense in my opinion. The people that are just ignorant and they're like, I don't like Kamala, so I don't like Ripple now. Those people are stupid. You guys obviously know that I support Trump and I believe in the policies that are laid out and what Trump is about to do for crypto. But I also understand the other side of the spectrum. When you are fighting a war, you have to do what you have to do. For example, Garlinghouse said it's pushing back, doing what has become necessary to combat the megaphone that is Elizabeth Warren and to some degree Gary Gensler. Also, Coinbase and Kraken, as well as venture capital shops like Andreessen Horowitz and Jump Crypto, have also thrown in and donated. So the big picture here is the momentum behind crypto in DC is building, and Ripple is a big catalyst for that through their donations. So an even bigger picture is crypto super political action committees, known as PACs, have raised more than $100 million for 2024 congressional elections, according to a recent report by Public Citizen. And Coinbase and Ripple have accounted for roughly half of that. Now, if you guys use Coinbase and you've been like, oh, I can't support Ripple because they're supporting Kamala, well, then you should probably get off Coinbase and you should get out of the industry completely. Or you can choose to use your brain here and understand why they're doing this. They're bidding to build an election war chest by endorsing both Democratic and Republican candidates. They've donated to both parties, guys. And so the major thought here is that the more crypto-friendly folks that land in congressional seats, the greater the odds of passing legislation that the industry likes. And everybody agrees, nobody disagrees, that politics is a game of money. It's a game of power. It's a game of whoever donates the most can sway the needle to get things changed in the direction that they want to get rules, laws, or legislations passed. So momentum appears to be building, with House Republicans voting to overturn SEC guidance on an accounting rule, with the sizable Democratic bloc joining them. In order for Ripple to get what they want, they have to play friends with certain people that are Democrats and also Republicans as well too. You know, they almost always tell you their plans before implementing their plans. Gary Gensler from his MIT college course said this a while back.
Monopolist with another central monopolist. A lot of commercial banks aren't terribly excited about that. Maybe you're going to have to give some ownership. Maybe you'll have to give 50% of your ownership to the 20 banks that are now, part of this. I mean, there are other ways to build incentive systems. Maybe you put a native token in there, and you give them the native token. So there may be other incentive ways to beat the current monopolist. But I, having been around commercial banks for a long time, they really are looking for ways to replace their aggregators in their back office, whether it's clearing, settlement, exchanges, credit agencies. But they are deeply understanding, because they are pretty ambitious and very good at making money as well. They deeply understand that every idea that's pitched to them is somebody who currently is small but wants to get big and gain market power. So they're also always thinking about how to ensure that there's a check to slow down your startup from gaining market power 5, 10, and 15 years from now. They don't want you to be the next clearinghouse like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange or Intercontinental Exchange. They don't want you to be the next central node of market power. So you might share some of that with them.
So this brings me to what Ripple is doing by providing the gateway to Finastra and Finastra accounts as the intermediary for different payment providers like MasterCard to send payments across borders. And if we look right here on the white paper of September 2023, enhancing cross-border payments in a real-time world from MasterCard, they're saying that despite complexities and challenges for, cross-border payments, to continue to work on a bilateral basis is neither commercially nor operationally viable. Therefore, the use of a gateway or intermediary which operates in the space between the sending and destination switch is the most efficient way to help achieve the G20's aim of enhancing cross-border payments, where the G20 is not specifically asking for real-time payments as long as the majority of payments reach the beneficiary within 1 hour rather than 3 to 5 business days like they are currently doing through SWIFT. Then the goal is on its way to being achieved. As you guys can see right here on Finastra's fact sheet on Payments Connectivity Marketplace with MasterCard's cross-border services via Fusion Total Messaging, Finastra and MasterCard are partnering to help banks modernize and deliver on choice. As customers demand greater speed, transparency, and security, banks need to deliver an experience that keeps pace with how we live and work in the world today while efficiently managing operational costs and risks. So the real key to understand here is that with Finastra's partnership with MasterCard, Ripple provides the gateway to Finastra, and Finastra accounts as the intermediary for MasterCard to send payments across borders. And over the past few years, I've been showing you guys these documents and the connection to Ripple, and all of these major companies, and how Ripple is going to facilitate this transition as all of these companies switch to real-time payments, distributed ledger technology. And on December 30th, 2024, when MiCA is implemented, there will be several banks and financial institutions that are using R3 Cordas for stablecoins. And remember, R3 uses XRP in its cord settler, and Finastra uses RippleNet for cloud services. So the quantum financial system is coming. Cryptocurrencies like XRP, you got XLM, you have other projects out there like XDC, you have Algorand, and there's many others that are here to stay, and nothing can change that. It isn't about changing currencies. It's about revolutionizing central banking and the speed of payments. People think that, like the US dollar is just going to magically disappear. That's not going to happen. It's going to speed up the transition between the US dollar, the euro, the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, the Japanese yen. You got the Australian dollar. All of these countries' currencies have a liquidity issue. They have a payment transferring issue. So it's about the blockchain tech that Ripple has through the XRP ledger and how they're going to use XRP to be able to bridge all of that. So I know it sounds insane. It sounds hard to believe because you're just simply looking at the chart and the price action is doing nothing, but this has been documented, guys. It's only a matter of time, and we are going to watch it unfold right in front of our eyes over the next 12 months. And then leading into 2030, we're going to see full-fledged adoption over the next 6 years. And so during this bull cycle, when we look at the demand for something like Bitcoin, largely driven by ETFs, it's expected to exceed the available supply for the first time. This marks a significant shift in the market. Historically, Bitcoin scarcity has played a key role in its value, but with the introduction of exchange-traded funds, institutional interest is accelerating the pace of demand at an unprecedented rate. Over 300,000 Bitcoin have already been purchased since the ETF launch, while only 160,000 have been mined during the same period. So this supply-demand imbalance is forcing institutions to take notice, and the competition for available Bitcoin is growing fierce, created by new dynamics that will likely lead to unpredictable outcomes, obviously. So as Bitcoin becomes harder to come by, we can expect to see volatility increase and prices reflect this growing scarcity. So as this bull market really begins, there will be less Bitcoin available than previous cycles, and this is the first halving cycle this has ever occurred. We see interest rates dropping in the United States with the Federal Reserve, and over in China, they're set to issue massive $325 billion in bond funds to inject life into its struggling economy. China's finance minister on Saturday today said the country would issue $325 billion in special bonds in an effort to boost the flagging economy. And so we're seeing Bitcoin back above $63,000. We see Solana up at 146. XRP, however, still hovering around 53 cents right now. And as we scroll down here, we can see SUI up $2.23. I literally made a video yesterday about SUI when it was about $1.80, and now it's at $2.20. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely check it out, because when I go back to what I said at the beginning of this video, using logic to understand the best move to make in crypto, well, diversifying is the smartest move, right? You don't just put all your eggs in the XRP basket, because even though XRP is one of my largest holdings, it would be just stupid to only hold XRP. That's how you completely miss the bull run, because in my opinion, XRP is going to be one of the later performers towards the end of this bull run once we see all the regulation and the SEC lawsuit wrap up. And they're going to drag that out as long as they possibly can. And so you got to hold some other stuff. Now, again, not financial advice. I'm never going to tell you to buy or sell anything, because I'm not a financial advisor. Crypto is very risky. You could lose money in these markets. And these videos are just purely for education, informational purposes only. So always do your own research. But for me, I choose to diversify because there's certain projects out there that are going to grow faster. They're going to grow first, and they're going to absorb a lot of liquidity before XRP runs. And then I can just simply rotate profits back into XRP when it's XRP's time to shine. So how do we know when it's XRP's time to shine? Well, we need to look at Tether's market cap dominance, and we need to compare it to the overall industry. And let's go back here to January of 2018. So Tether's market cap dominance just simply means how much of the overall industry is Tether holding in its market cap. So right here, it was like 0.2% of the entire industry, and the whole industry was at the peak of the bull market at $460 billion. So if you take 460, multiply that by 0.17, that's what Tether's market cap would be at that time. So anytime we are in a massive bull run for altcoins, Tether's market cap dominance is dropping. And when we entered the bear market from January of 2018 until the bear market bottom on the 1st of December, you see Tether's market cap dominance go from 0.18 all the way up here to like 2%. It topped out at 2%. And then we saw that summer rally, the DeFi summer, for those of you that were around for 2019, similar to what happened recently from like September, October to March, where we saw this rally up, during the summer. And then all of a sudden, we saw a sell-off in Tether's dominance. It came from 2%, dropped all the way down to less than 1%, while the markets was rallying up. And then the real key here to understand on where we are in comparison to Tether's market cap dominance, well, in terms of time from the bear market bottom, if we were to just measure how far into this cycle we already are, we're about 670 days. If we were to look at the last cycle from the bear market bottom, if we were to just measure 670 days, we'd be roughly right around October of 2020 when Tether's market cap dominance peaked out here. Now, a lot of people are saying that we are like more so right around like this stage right here, as we've been seeing this consolidation, this sell-off phase happen over the past 6 months, and this rally up is going to be a fake out, and then we're going to see another black swan event happen. While that's definitely possible, nobody can predict like when that's going to happen or if that's going to happen as closures and, blackout were to take place across the country. So in terms of more than likely where we are in the cycle, we are on the verge of the massive breakout phase, what happened from October of 2020 until the 1st of May of 2021. But what's interesting to note is Tether's market cap dominance is in this bullish channel right here. But we've been in a downtrend since the bear market bottom when it peaked out all the way up here on the 1st of December 2022 at about 9%. The dominance is at 5%. So we still are in a downtrend for Tether's market cap dominance. And during downtrend, we see these little relief rallies that take place where it looks like this on the chart. If you look in the upper part of the screen, we top out, we start seeing a sell-off like this, and then we see a little relief rally where we break trend, we started a new uptrend, and then we see a continuation to the downside. And so simply that's what we're seeing right now, where we're seeing this relief rally in Tether's market cap dominance happen because the whole entire market on the bottom of the screen has been in this downtrend, which is ultimately a bull flag that is getting ready for the next major breakout. So in my opinion, I think the altcoin market is on the verge of the biggest breakout, very similar to what happened here during the last bull run. And when that takes place, we see a break in Tether's market cap dominance to the downside, and we would need to see Tether's market cap dominance drop drastically back down to like 3%, 2%, somewhere within this range, while altcoins simultaneously, break the high of, $1.7 trillion and march upwards of $2 to $3 trillion as the next stop. So it's no wonder why XRP hasn't broken out yet, because any growth that you guys see in these altcoins right now is a game of musical chairs. For example, when you look at SUI, we pointed out SUI at around $1 in our private Telegram group when you click the link below and you join that group, but it's a game of rotation. This is not like a bunch of new money coming into SUI. This is just simply money rotating from other layer 1 protocols, like for example, Solana. And we see rotation from a lot of other large cap projects into SUI. And so it's a lot of OG investors, it's a lot of venture capitalists, it's a lot of portfolio capital companies, a lot of hedge funds seeing where these narratives are expanding in the crypto space and poised for mass adoption this bull run, and they're just positioning themselves before the next run up. If that includes selling Solana, moving it into SUI, then that's what they're doing. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's absorbing all this new capital from all these like retail investors that are coming in that are brand new. It's just musical chairs right now. So as people position themselves getting ready for the bull run, the key thing to understand is XRP, guys, has stayed in the top 10 during the entire bear market, during the entire bull run, and it's just consolidating and forming this nice base right here, ascending from the bear market bottom in June of 2022, even like January of 2023 in this macro symmetrical triangle. So when should you sell XRP? I might actually even sell my condo and put a good chunk into XRP and some other cryptocurrencies here soon, because I think a major breakout is coming. So I'm about ready to go all in on the crypto market. But am I selling XRP? No. The smartest time to sell XRP, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong here. If you agree, like this video, subscribe to the channel, okay? If you disagree, let me know your reasons why. I look at the technical analysis, right, on the charts, and I look at where we are in terms of key indicators. Now, I don't just look at indicators. You got to look at macro market sentiment. You got to look at what the Federal Reserve is doing as well, too. So the Fed is dropping rates, meaning money's going to be cheaper. They're going to issue quantitative easing again. Inflation is down close to their 2% target, and so they're going to start printing more money. The debt ceiling always gets raised every time we reach it. And so that's just a perfect storm of opportunity for risk on assets. Also with China issuing, they just issued stimulus. Now they're issuing over 300 billion. We got the election year happening, and Donald Trump gets into office. That's bullish. Even if Kamal gets into office, she's just going to print money. She said her plan, guys, for business owners is just to give them money. When you just give people money, you have to print money to give them money. And when you print money to give business owners money, then smart investors get rid of money and they move it into gold, silver, crypto, stocks, and real estate. And so risk on assets grow. Now, also what we look at when we talk about technical indicators is the relative strength index, the MACD, the stochastic RSI. So we're just going to look right now at the relative strength index and on the monthly. So the more macro we zoom out on the monthly candles, right, in the upper left-hand corner on Trading View, you can just do this and you just click, you have 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. You go down to the hours or the minutes. So if we're on a macro indicator like the monthly and we look at the relative strength index, the best time to sell XRP is when their RSI on the monthly is above 70, preferably above 80, but there's no guarantees that we're going to reach above 80 during a bull run, because as you can see right here, if you were waiting for XRP in the monthly RSI to reach above 80, it only made it up to like 74 on the 1st of April when XRP topped out at $1.90 something cents, like almost $2. So it would have been smart literally to sell all, if not like 80% of your XRP right here. But for people that were waiting for it to breach above 80 because they thought it was going to do what it did back here on like the 1st of May when XRP went upwards of 37 cents. And then ultimately the RSI, topped out again at 93, upwards of $3. When the RSI breaches above 70, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the top, because for example, what can take place is something like this, and then we could see a lower high on the indicator like the RSI, where we see something like this happen and we see a higher high on the price chart, and this is just simply a bearish divergence. And that's what we saw right here when we saw a higher high on the price chart from the 1st of May of 2017 until the 1st of January. We saw a higher high on the price chart, and then we saw a lower high on the key indicator, signaling that momentum had shifted over from bullish. And once we saw this lower high come in, that was the end of the bull run. So we might see something like that take place. April of 2021 was a little bit different, where it was like we saw a lower high on the price chart, then we saw a lower high on the key indicator. Bitcoin's double top was an example of a bearish divergence, so we can look for something like that. But either way, if you were to take profits when the RSI breaches above 70, you can't go wrong, right? As long as you're not buying at that high and you're not buying all the way up here and trying to like catch the last little wave of the bull run, when is the best time to buy? Well, it's when the RSI is low relative to where it's been in the past. And so where are we right now? We're at 49 on the RSI. Sure, we're not below 30, but on the monthly, XRP has never been below 30. It's always hovered around like 40, 45. Well, the last time that we were at like 45, 46 before taking off was right here. This is when XRP was right around this range, anywhere between like 16 cents to 25 cents before it broke out before the lawsuit. So in my opinion, XRP is gearing up for a big breakout. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen like in November, December this year, or it's going to take until 2025. Either way, we're just watching the indicators. We're not looking at price targets and these price prediction videos that you see out there. I know, I get it. You guys like to watch that stuff. And you're like, will XRP make it to $100? Will XRP make it to $10? That doesn't matter. What matters is what the indicators show us. For example, the MACD, moving average convergence divergence. We can see on the histogram when we're close to 0 or below 0, XRP is undervalued. So for example, right now the histogram is at 0.003, the MACD line is at 0.006, the signal line is at 0.002. We're virtually at 0. And what we want to see is we want to see the histogram in massive, positive territory, massive green candles with the MACD line in blue above the signal line in orange. And also simultaneously, we want to see the RSI at 70 or above 70. So right here on the 1st of April, key conditions were met. The RSI was at 74. The MACD line was above the signal line on the bottom of the screen right here on the monthly, and it was well above 0 on the histogram. We see the momentum, massive green candles, and then we saw a momentum shift. Once we see this momentum shift take place and the MACD line start to roll around, and then we confirm a bearish cross well above 0 on the histogram, that signals right here. This is when the bearish cross took place. XRP was upwards of $1 still, but it had rotated around momentum. So while the average untrained eye, if I were to like delete all the drawings on the chart right here, they just see like, oh, we're in an uptrend, you know, price is going up. That means price is going to continue to go up. But then all of a sudden you see a bearish cross taking place on the MACD. We see the histogram clearly has lost that bullish momentum to the downside. And then the histogram is all the way back at neutral in terms of these bullish and these bearish candles that you can see on the bottom of the screen. Simultaneously, we're forming a bearish cross. This would have been the perfect time to, you know, sell in terms of the rest of your portfolio, because it's very clear we're going to continue the downtrend to a bear market bottom. And then we can see the histogram bottom out near the bear market bottom and rotate back around for a bull run. And so we've just been barely hovering around this right here, which tells me there's going to be a massive volume injection happening soon when Tether's dominance drops, when Bitcoin breaks out to a new all-time high. XRP is going to lag behind, and then we're going to see something like this take place, and then we're just going to witness another bear market coming, you know, around like 2026, and I think it's going to be one of the nastiest bear markets. And so this is what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for the histogram to be well above zero, the MACD line in blue well above the signal line. I'm going to be looking for the RSI to breach upwards close to 70 or above 70 in order for me to consider selling some of my XRP. Until then, I'm just going to be holding because the RSI is at 49, the histogram is at 0.003, the MACD line is at 0.006, the signal line is at 0.002, the price is at 53 cents. It's still off over 200% away from the high of 2021 and over 500% away from the all-time high. So just straight math and logic tells me that XRP is undervalued right now. Any person with common sense can see that. And so common sense isn't so common anymore because people operate too much off of emotion. So the smartest thing that I'm doing while XRP's price is still low is accumulating more XRP. And how I'm doing that is by playing the #1 play to earn XRP game, by earning more crypto rewards that I can then transfer to XRP if I want in less than 10 minutes per day with the #1 play to earn XRP game. If you guys want to check this out, if you want to learn how this is possible, then click the link in the description below. You watch this 8-minute video, you can get started right now. We'll show you how to get your XRP wallet, how to get your game pieces, how to play the game, earn crypto, how to withdraw crypto, add it to the liquidity pool. And the liquidity pool is the #1 liquidity pool in the world on the XRP ledger. And so if XRP does well, that's paired to this project. This project is primed to absolutely explode. And then if you want to become a crypto millionaire and get on the early bird list for our crypto education platform when that's released, you don't need any previous crypto trading experience. Go to bullrunners.com. Click the button on the page, put in your best email address. You'll be instantly subscribed to our daily video newsletter. We're going to give you guys access to our Telegram group. And then when we launch our platform, you're going to get exclusive altcoin picks, market analysis, the best education, and early access first to the platform and get the best prices and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I will see you on the next video. I will also see you on bullrunners.com as we back up our truck all the way to the bank, grab the bags, pack them and stack them, leave no bags left behind, because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to continue to go down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, cryptocurrencies have been going up in value over time. That's the truth. And together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. I will see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.